Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we have completed change password and logout part of Cafe Management System project. If you have not seen that video, just go to description and check out the link. In this video, we are going to work on category part, so let us start with that. Before doing any changes related to category, first we are going to fix one issue that was related to login. So whenever we enter wrong credentials, so the loadage is still visible. Okay, so here we have to just add this .ngx service .stop, and then we have to just bracket and semicolon and save it. So whenever any error collects incorrect username or email or password, then it will stop our loader. That's it, we just need to do. So now we are going to generate services for our category. So right click on this, open integrated terminal. Let me extend this one, and here we have to write ng generate service, and here we have to write category and press enter. So it will generate a category for us, category service for us. Just wait for a few seconds. Now here you can see our service has been created. Now extend, go to the categories. Let me decrease the size of this one. And first we are going to write over here is URL is equals to environment this one dot API URL this one, and after that in the constructor we have to write HTTP client, and here we have to write HTTP client this one, and after that we have to create method add, and here we have to write data, and here we have to write any, and it should return this .http client .post and this .url plus enter double quotes, and here we have to write category / add, and we have to pass the data and comma and brackets and press enter over here. And headers we have to write and new HTTP headers, and here we have to write .set, and in this we need to write content type comma, and here we have to write application / JSON, and we have to save this. So our add method has been created. Now we are going to copy this part of the code over here, and we are just going to rename this to update, and here we are going to change this to update, and the method will be same as post, and we have to just save this. After that the next method is to get the categories. So get categories, and we does not need to pass any data as this is a get method. So HTTP client .get and this .url plus and / category / get. That's it, semicolon, save this, and our service part has been completed. Now we have to generate a component. So just go to the material component, and inside over here we have to right click on this, and we have to click on open integrated terminal and ng generate component, and here we have to write manage and category and press enter. So it will create a component for us. Just wait for a few seconds. Yeah, here you can see a component has been created over here. Now first we are going to connect this with our material module or in the routing. So let's go over here. Here you can see all the routings we have to declare. So inside this one we have to write like this path, and the path will be in single quotes category, and the components we are going to have what we have generated, we have to pass that one. So manage category component, and you can see we have imported it over from here, and after that can activate card. Yes, please. So here we have to pass the router guard services which we have created in the last video, and we also need to pass the data. So data will be like this, and this page will be only accessible by admin. So we are going to write here role, and here we are going to write singles, and here we are going to write admin. Okay, so it will be only visible for the admin users. Okay, and after that we also need to connect with menu. So we have to go to the shared and menu item over here and just format this one and just copy paste this line of the code and paste it over here. Now here first in the state we have to write category, and instead of name dashboard write manage category. Type will be link and icon will be also category, and in the role we have to pass the admin. Now save this. Now if I go to the browser, you can see we are able to see one more button over here. So if I click on this one, manage category works, and if I go to the dashboard, you can see it's working fine. If I log in as a normal user, so you can see over here. So let me log this out and let me try that with that credentials. So I'm going to use this email address, login. Let's do it over here. 1 2 3, click on login. You can see we are not able to see that particular button over here. If I try to access this by this way, you can see you are not authorized person to access this page, and we are routed to this dashboard page. And means that whatever we did implementation, it's working fine as expected. So let me log in as an admin over here. So admin@email.com and 1 2 3 4 5 and click on login. You can see we are in. Okay, so now let's go back over here in the VS Code, and here we have to generate one more component over here. So right click on this dialog and open integrated terminal, and here we have to generate generate component category. This one we are going to use as a model. So press enter, and now let's start doing. Let's delete this extra which we are not using. Okay, so before going to dialog part, we have first going to work on this manage category page. So just go to the manage category component.ts, this file, and from here we have to first display the whatever the data inside that particular table. So for that we are going to write the code. So displayed columns, and here we have to write string and name, and here we have to write edit and data source, if any, response, message, any, and in constructor we need to import few things. So private and category service, which we have created few minutes ago. Category service, we need to import this one, and private we need to import the loader, ngx service, and ngx UI loader config, not config. We need to import the UI loader service, this one, and after that private, as we also need to open some dialogues which we have created a few minutes ago. So for that purpose we also need to import the mat dialog, and after mat dialog we need to import snack bar service, this one, and private router we need to import this one. So all the things which we want to use in this we have imported it over here, and in this ng on it, first we are going to start the loader. So ngx service dot start over here, and after that we are also going to create a method. So table data we are going to call this method, and this method we are going to load at whenever the page is going to be load. So I'm just going to write it over here, and in the table data we are going to call a method. So let's write it over here. Call it this dot category service dot get categories, and here we have to write dot subscribe and response any, and here we have to write this dot ngx service dot stop, this one, and this dot data source is equals to new mat table data source. We have to import this one, press enter, and here we have to, whatever the response we are going to get, we are going to just pass it. If any error occur, in that case we also need to display. For that purpose we need to, and first we need to stop the loader. So ngx service dot stop. In every catch block, if you started this loader, so you have to close this at if it get 200 OK requests, then you have to stop, and whenever you get any error, so in that case you also need to stop, otherwise it's keep loading and loading and you are not able to do anything. So after that we have to go console.log that error question mark dot message, and if, let me copy paste this one, and this dot response message is equals to, let me paste it over here, and else this dot response message is equals to global constant dot generic error, this one, and this dot snack bar service dot open snack bar, this dot response message, whatever we get, global constant dot error. We just need to pass this one and save this. And after that we also need to apply a few filters. For that purpose we have to write the code. So apply filter, and here we have to write event, and here we have to write event, and it should be imported from, just leave it, and inside this we have to write, let me move a little bit up, we just don't need to import anything for the event. And after that filter value, and here we have to write event dot target as HTML input element, and dot value, this dot data source dot filter is equals to filter value dot trim, and to lowercase, and just save this. Now we have to apply few CSS over here. So let me write here float, and it should be right, and float right, this one. After that mat card, and the padding will be 20px, and here the table width will be 100%, and after that we need to add here ng deep dot highlight, and the color will be white, and background we are going to write hash 673a b7, this one. Okay, and after that we have to go to, just save this one, and we are going to manage category over here. Now we have to display the table, so for that purpose we are going to write the code. So let me delete this one, and here we have to write mat card, and inside this we have to write span. So first bold, make it as bold. Okay, so it should be like this, and in span we have to write manage category, and here we have to write button mat flat button color primary, and the class will be float right. And after that we also need to, on click method, we need to call a method to handle add action. So handle add action, this method. So till now we did not created this method, so just copy this name and go to the component.ts over here and paste it and just create a method over here. Right now make it as a blank, and over here we have to write mat icon, and just here we have to write add circle, and after mat icon we have to write add category, this like this. And if I go to the browser, if I go to the manage category, you can see it's look like this. Let's go back to the code over here, and after that we have to put a simple line over here. So HR and mat card and mat form field, and appearance will be standard. Okay, and after that mat level, this one, and it should be text will be filter, and input mat input, this one mat input. Let me close this one, and whenever key up we are going to use this key up this one, and we are going to call a method that we have created over here. So this will put this one, and you just need to, and here we need to pass the event. So dollar, here we have to write event, and this one we have connected as an input. And after mat card just write HR, so break the lines and save this. After that here we have to create a div and class, and here we have to write responsive table, this method, and here we have to write table mat table we are going to use, and data source will be data source. Let me close this actually tab table one, and the class we are going to use over here mat elevation dash chedit, and after that we have to write ng container mat column def name, and just close this one, and th, let me make a little bit of this one. Okay, so mat header cell and mat the cell def bracket, and here we write name, and after that here we write td mat cell star mat cell df, and here we write let element, and here we need to display that, so element dot name. After this we have to just go to the next line, so here we have to write ng container mat column diff, and here we write edit and just close this one, press enter, and again we have to write th, and inside this one we have to write mat header cell star, and here we have to write mat header cell definition, and here we have to write action, and after that here we have to write td mat cell and start mat cell definition, this one let element, and here we have to write not element actually, so this will be of and here we also need to add one class, so action link, this will be action link, and here we have to put the button, so button over here, so this will be for edit button, so mat icon, and here we have to write button, and the color will be primary, and mat tooltip, so whenever you hover on that particular button, so a tip will be visible to that particular user. For that purpose we have going to add it, so here I'm going to write edit, and whenever someone click on this, so we need to call a method, so handle edit action, and she should be cap small, sorry, and here we have to pass the element, this one, and this method does not exist, so we have to actually create a method over here, sorry, not over here, sorry, my bad, here, and in this we are expecting data and any, okay, and go back over here, and here we have to just add one icon over here, so just press enter between this mat icon, and here we have to just write edit and save this. We are getting error, not a problem, we have to add few more line of the code, so after this ng init we have to write tr, and here we have to write mat header, and here we have to write raw start mat header raw definition, and here we have to write displayed columns, and it should be sticky true, and after that we have to write tr, and here we have to mat raw definition, this one, and lit raw and columns and displayed columns, we just need to pass this one, put semicolon, save this. So we are still getting some kind of error, so data source, so let's go and check it out. Okay, so here we just write in smalls and we are passing it to capitals over there, so that's why it's giving us errors, so make it as just copy paste and go over here, so just pass whatever the data source over here. So now if I save this one, it need to work, so just go over here, still we are getting error, let me check it out. Okay, so we just don't need to change this one, here we need to change, just paste it and save this one, still we are getting error. At both places actually we need to make it as data source, S should be capital, and if I save this you can see error has been removed. Now if I go over here you can see it's look like this. Here you can see the manage category button, and here you can see the filter, as well you can see the edit button. You can see when we hover on this particular button you can see the edit text is visible. If I write over T you can see it's get hide. If I write this one, so it will be visible to us. If I write anything else you can see it get hide. So it means that filter is working as expected. So now we have to write the codes to add and edit this particular field, so let us start with that. So now we are going to move to this category. We have to move to the dialog, and inside this we have created a category dialog, and inside this we have to go to the category.component.ts file over here, and here we have to write the code. So on add category, we have to actually write so event and event emitter, this one we just need to import it from Angular code from here at this place, you can see. And after that just create brackets and save this. On edit category, you have to write new event emitter, this one, and just after that we have to create category form any and form group and dialog action any, and here we have to write add and action, and here we have to write add and if response message any. And after that few data will be added. So for that purpose we have to write inject from code we need to import, and here we have to write mat underscore dialog data, and you can see material dialog data. From this place we are going to import this one, and here we have to write public dialog data and any we get. And after that we need to import form builder. So form builder in form builder, this one, and private, let me move a little bit out this one, private category service, so category service, this one, and public dialog reference, and mat dialog reference, this one we need to import, and category component, this one, and after that private snack bar service, this one, and after that in on it we need to import this, we need to write the code for the form. So ng form this dot form builder dot group, and here we have to write name null validators dot required, and here we need to write semicolon over here, and if this dot dialog data dot action is equals to edit, so in that case we are going to change few things, like this dot dialog action is equals to edit. We are going to change this dot action button is equals to update. We are going to change the text of that buttons, and this dot category form dot patch update, patch the value whatever we are going to get it from. So this dot dialog data we need to pass this one like this, and after init we have to create a methods to handle whatever the submit. So handle submit, and if this dot dialog action is equals to edit, so in that case we need to call different method, and in else condition we need to call different method. So let's create those method first. So add method will be there, and there will be one edit method. So edit method, so we are going to call it over here. So this dot edit and over here this dot add method, just like this, and save this. And over here we need to write, just go to this one, okay, so not a semicolon over here, it should be bracket, and save this. So error has been removed. So in add, here we have to write where form data, and this dot category form dot value where data is equals to name form data dot name this dot category service and dot add data dot subscribe response any. Let me move a little bit up this one. This dot dialog reference dot close, this dot on add category, we just need to emit if successful response, and so it will acknowledge, and when we return the response to manage categories, in that case it will like refresh our table data. For that purpose we are using this emit. Okay, and this dot response message, whatever we get in that, so response dot message, we are going to pass it, and this dot snack bar services dot open snack bar, and this dot response message comma, and here we have to just pass success. And if any error occur, in that case we have to also need to display, so error, and over here we have to just write this dot dialog reference. First we need to close that one, and we have to display the error, so console.log.error, and whatever the error we're going to get, it just print it over here. And if error dot error question mark dot message, and this dot response message is equals to, and we are going to just copy paste this part of the code over here, and in else condition we are going to write this dot response message is equals to, and global constant dot generic error, and over here this dot snack bar services dot open snack bar, this dot response message dot global constant dot error, and we have to print this one. Okay, so after that we have to just copy paste this part of the code for related to add, exactly same, just put a semicolon over here as it is to edit. So just copy paste this part of the code in edit method, paste it over here, and we are going to do a few modifications in this one. So first modification will be for this one is we are going to change the whatever the data we are going to pass it over here, so it should be ID also. So ID, so this dot dialog data and data dot ID, we just need to pass this one, and we have to pass the whatever the name over here, form data, and after that we have to pass it to update, we have to change this to update this method, and other things will be the same, exactly same, okay, for this edit method. So now we have to go to the category component dot css file, so mat toolbar, we have to write here margin minus 24 px and margin bottom 10 px and width auto, this one, save this one. Let's go to the categories, and now we have to create the form for this one. So let's delete this part of the code, and here let's write mat toolbar, and here we have to write color primary, and mat toolbar, this time it will be raw, mat toolbar raw. Let's close this one first, not this one. Okay, it's mistake, so mat, just revert it, mat toolbar raw. Just close this. FX layout, here we have to write, and it should be raw, and inside this write span, and here we have to write like this. So dialog data dot action. Okay, and here we have to write category, so it will change, add or delete whatever the value we are going to pass it over here. And after that span, and we have to add a spacer, so class spacer, and we have to add a button to close this particular dialog. So here we have to write first class, and here we have to write mat dialog close, mat icon button, mat dialog close, mat icon close. And after that, here we have to write mat dialog content class, mat typography, and here we have to create form, and here we have to write form group, and here we have to write category form div fx flex and fx layout, and here we have to write column, and here we have to write div to wrap these things, so fx layout, and here we have to write raw wrap, close this bracket, and over here we have to write mat form field, this one, close this one, and appearance will be standard, this one, and fx flex, and mat label, and here we have to write name, and input mat input form control name is equals to name, and it's a required field, as you know. And after that we have to add few error to display, so mat error, and here we have to add few conditions, so ng if is equals to category form dot controls dot name dot touched and category form dot controls dot name dot invalid, and span star ng if category form dot controls dot name errors dot required, and this field is mandatory. And another message we need to display if any pattern, so we don't have any pattern, so we can skip this one. And after that you can see our form has been created, so we'll test it later. Now we have to add mat dialog actions over here, so mat dialog action, and it should be align end mat dialog action, and it should be aligning. Let me move a little bit up this one, and here we have to write button and matized button, this one, and here we have to write color, it should be primary, and type submit, and on click it should call handle, not this one, handle submit. This method we need to call. We have created a new method with that name. Nope. Okay, get back over here, and here we also need to enable or disable the button. So disabled is equals to not, so category form dot valid and category form dot dirty, and here we have to write mat icon save, and here we just need to write here action, and after that we have to create one more button over here. So button mat button color word mat dialog close, this one. Okay, mat icon, and here we have to write cancel, and here we have to write close, and save this. Now we have to connect this page with handle action. So we have to go to the manage category page, and we have to open the manage category, this one, and here we can see we have handle actions. Just extend this one, and let's call that particular dialog. So const dialog config is equals to new mat dialog config, this one, and dialog config dot add data, and the action, and this is will be add, so I'm going to write add only, put semicolon, dialog config dot width is equals to 850 px, and const dialog reference is equals to this dot dialog dialog dot open. Let me move a little bit up this one. So category component we need to import, and dialog config we need to pass it over here, and after that this dot router dot event dot subscribe, and here we have to write dialog reference, so whenever the path of that particular path will be changed, so in that case it means that we are changing through one page to another page. So in that case we also need to close our whatever the pop-up or dialog model. So in that case we need to close it. So for that purpose we have to write the code. So after that dialog reference dot component instance dot on add category dot subscribe, and if any response we get, in that case this dot table data we need to call this method. So if someone emit actually, so in that case we are going to call this on add method. So we are getting some kind of error, mat dialog action align end. So this line is giving us error, so let's check it out. So this should be actions actually. So let's go to the categories, and here just put S at the end, and here also have to just add a yes and just save this. You can see error has been removed. Now we have added over here. So what exactly this one is doing is, so whenever you are going to emit this one, let's go over here. If you emit this one, so in that case it's going to call this table data method, and in the table method you can see we have calling this get categories API, and it will refresh our data. Let me show you. Here you can see, let's first click on this one. You can see a pop-up model has been visible. So let's write here T and just click on add. You can see category added successfully message, and you can see this table data has been also get changed, right? Let me open the network tab and let me show you. So I'm just going to write here QRT. Let me add one more category over here. So just me write random stuff over here. Click on this. You can see we are going to get calling add. So category added. After we are calling the get API. You can see it working fine. Now you are getting 3 different categories over here. So let's get back over here. Let's go to the manage category. Go a little bit down. And here we just change to values first. It should be values as we have, and we are just going to copy paste this part of the code inside this part of the code over here, and here we have to just change few things. So here we have to just write a date, and here we have to also pass the data. So values, save this, and there will be no other changes over here. And let's go back over here, and now I want to edit this one. So I'm going to click on this. You can see edit is working fine as expected. If I click on close, it's also working. Both close button is working. If I write 1, let's clear this one console, and if I click on update, you can see update category updated successfully, and you can see all the values has been changed. You can see everything. So this is all about the category, manage category part of Cafe Management System project. I hope you guys like this video. So please hit like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.